This is bullshit. The fight was just getting going. Complete bullshit. I'm pissed off.
Tom, what can you see now? Is it double? Like, what are you seeing when you try to open your eye?
I can hardly open my eye. Look. Look at this. Double poke, both eyeballs.
Yeah, it was double. It was double.
What was supposed to be a blockbuster heavyweight showdown turned into one of the most frustrating endings of the year. Tom Aspinall's first title defense against Ciryl Gane at UFC 321 ended abruptly after a brutal accidental double eye poke, leaving fans, fighters, and commentators stunned. The fight had barely started to heat up. Both men were finding their range when Gane extended his hand, his fingers catching Aspinall directly in the eyes. Not once, but twice. Aspinall immediately turned away in pain, shouting, "I can't see!" The referee stepped in, and after a brief assessment, the bout was waved off at 4:35 of round 1, declared a no contest. Aspinall was furious. As boos echoed around the arena, the British heavyweight vented his frustration, yelling, "This is bull's ball! I just got poked knuckle-deep in the eyeball." He was later taken to the hospital for evaluation, though early reports suggest no permanent damage. Gane, visibly shaken, apologized in his post-fight interview. "I feel sorry for Tom. I'm sorry for myself. I'm really disappointed, but this is the sport," he said, a sentiment echoed by many across the MMA world. The reaction from fighters was immediate and emotional. Alex Pereira tweeted, "Let's make the heavyweight division great again," while others, like Daniel Cormier and Michael Bisping, called the outcome a disaster for a division that's already been plagued by injuries, retirements, and chaos. The phrase, "the heavyweight division is cursed," quickly started trending among fans. With no clear winner, the heavyweight title picture remains murky. Jon Jones's status is uncertain, Stipe Miocic is still in the mix, and now the UFC faces another major scheduling headache. But one thing's for sure. Fans want closure, and they want to see Aspinall versus Gane 2 as soon as possible. For now, the headlines say it all. Aspinall robbed by fate, Gane left heartbroken, and the heavyweight division still searching for clarity. Moments after the fight was ruled a no contest, fans took to Twitter in disbelief. One user wrote, "Bro, the heavyweight division is officially cursed. First injuries, now double eye pokes? Unreal." Another fan posted a meme of Aspinall wearing sunglasses with the caption, "When you came to defend your belt but left seeing double." UFC fighters also chimed in. Alex Pereira tweeted, "This division needs a hero. Let's make the heavyweight division great again." Michael Bisping posted, "Absolutely gutted for Aspinall. You could tell he wanted to continue, but that poke was brutal. Nobody wins in this situation." Meanwhile, Derek Lewis simply wrote, "That's why I keep my hands closed, baby." Many fans called for an immediate rematch, arguing that Aspinall was just starting to find his rhythm. One wrote, "Run it back in London. Both men deserve a fair fight. No pokes, no excuses." Another added, "Gane didn't mean it, but man, this was heartbreaking." The fight was just getting good.
Ariel Helwani reacts to the fight tweeting, "Fight is over. It will end in a no contest due to an unintentional foul. They will no doubt have to run this back right away. Fight was really good and Gane showed up to fight." Bilal Muhammad would tweet, "I've been there. It's the worst feeling ever." Bilal also followed up with, "Gane can't be mad. You clearly poked him. Learn to keep your hands closed." Dylan Dennis would tweet, "Fuck it. Toss DC's fat ass in there. Let him fight Gane." Dennis also said, "Well, at least we know how Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall would have ended." Chael Sonnen would simply tweet, "I'm still champion." The MMA guru would react tweeting, "People are going to talk shit about that, but keep your fingers to yourself, Ciryl Gane. What the are you doing? Breaking both fingers and both eyes at once in round 1, and pushing them both further into the eyes of Tom Aspinall. Nastiest eye pokes in a while." Guru would also follow up with Jon Jones sharpening his fingers, getting ready for a comeback against Aspinall at home. Arnold Billy Allen says, "Man, that's fucking rough for Tom. Double eye poke." Terrence Terrence McKinney says, nah, man, it can't.
Ciryl Gane's return to the Octagon was meant to be a statement, a chance to reclaim momentum in the heavyweight division. Instead, UFC 321 ended in chaos and confusion after an accidental double-eye poke brought his main event bout with Tom Aspinall to an abrupt stop in the very first round. The fight had just begun to take shape when Gane extended his lead hand to measure distance, his fingers making direct contact with both of Aspinall's eyes. The champion immediately turned away in visible pain, clutching his face and shouting that he couldn't see. Referee Herb Dean quickly intervened, calling for the cage-side doctor. After a brief examination, the bout was waved off at 4:35 of round 1 and officially ruled a no contest due to an accidental foul. Moments later, Gane addressed the situation in his post-fight interview, offering an emotional apology to both Aspinall and the fans. "I feel really bad," Gane said. "I'm sorry for Tom, I'm sorry for the fans, and I'm sorry for myself. It's not how I wanted this to go. This was not my intention. It was a complete accident." Across social media, reactions poured in from fans and fellow fighters, many expressing sympathy for both men and disappointment at the anticlimactic finish. Several analysts pointed to ongoing concerns about UFC glove design, reigniting debates about how to prevent eye pokes in future events. For Gane, however, the focus remains on sportsmanship and unfinished business. "This is part of the game, but it's the worst part," he said. "I hope Tom heals quickly. If the UFC wants, we can do it again. He deserves that. The fans deserve that." With the heavyweight division once again left without clarity, a rematch between Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall now feels inevitable. And while UFC 321 may have ended in disappointment, both fighters have made it clear they want to run it back and settle things the right way inside the Octagon.
I think we started very well. I think he started very well, but I think I started very well because everybody knows his strategy every time he started very hard and surprise his opponent. I think we did very well. We defending a takedown, I touched him. We saw some blood on his nose. It was a really great first round, and that's why, yeah, maybe also I was a little bit disappointed, a little bit sad about this issue, but this is a sport. I was at first angry because I don't want him. I don't want from him to stop the fight. After I was disappointed, sad, and after that
apologetic
exactly for the people.
So, Ciryl, how did you feel about the eye poke? How do you feel when your hands and your fingers touching his face? Did you feel something specific? Ciryl responded, "No, I didn't feel anything specific. I didn't do it on purpose. And I know what it is to have an eye poke because when I fought Derek Lewis, I got an eye poke and I was seeing two Derek Lewis for a full round. So I know how it is." And
one round during that is what the debut of the run and the rest of the run. I saw the two Derek Lewis. So I'm not gonna say yeah he's a liar.
Light heavyweight king Alex Pereira took to social media shortly after the fight to share his reaction. In typical Potan fashion, the Brazilian star kept it short but impactful, posting, "Let's make the heavyweight division great again." The post immediately caught fire among MMA fans, sparking speculation that Pereira could be hinting at a potential jump to heavyweight. With his current dominance at 205 pounds and two division championship status already under his belt, many see Potan as one of the few fighters capable of shaking up a division that struggled with uncertainty. In a video posted to his social media right after the fight, Pereira can be seen watching the moment Gane's fingers accidentally poke Aspinall in both eyes. As the replay rolls, Pereira shakes his head, smirks slightly, and then says, "Oh no, not like that." After the video, Pereira followed up with a short post reiterating his respect for both fighters. He wrote, "Unfortunate ending. Wishing Aspinall a fast recovery. Gane didn't mean it. Accidents happen. But the division needs a real fight soon." The video struck a chord with the MMA community. Some fans joked that Pereira's reaction looked like a man already planning his next conquest. Others pointed out that Potan has been dropping hints for months about chasing a third UFC belt, something no fighter has ever done. Analysts quickly picked up on the moment, with many noting how Pereira's charisma and timing always seem to dominate the conversation, even when he's not fighting. One fan commented, "Only Pereira can turn a no contest into a call-out video without saying a single name." With the heavyweight division now left in uncertainty after the eye poke controversy, Pereira's reaction has reignited interest in a potential jump to the UFC's biggest weight class. Whether it was a serious tease or just classic Powhatan humor, one thing's for sure: Alex Pereira knows exactly how to keep the MMA world watching. UFC President Dana White didn't hold back when asked about the disappointing ending to the UFC 321 main event between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane, a fight that ended in a no contest after an accidental double eye poke just minutes into the first round. Speaking to reporters at the post-fight press conference, White expressed frustration and sympathy for both fighters, calling the result the worst possible outcome for such a highly anticipated heavyweight title fight. "It sucks, man," White said. "Nobody wants to see a fight end like that. Not the fans, not Tom, not Ciryl, not us. These guys trained for months for this, and then one bad accident ends the whole thing. It's heartbreaking." White confirmed that Tom Aspinall was immediately taken to the hospital for evaluation, but said early reports suggested the heavyweight champion avoided serious damage. "He's going to be okay, from what I've been told," White noted. "He couldn't see in the moment, and you can't let a guy fight like that." Herb Dean made the right call. When asked if a rematch between Aspinall and Gane would be next, White didn't hesitate. "Yeah, we'll run that one back," he said. "They both deserve it. It was shaping up to be a great fight, and now we've got unfinished business. As soon as Tom's eye heals and both guys are ready, we'll make it happen." White also took a moment to address the growing criticism over UFC gloves, an issue that has resurfaced after several high-profile eye poke incidents in recent years. "We've been working on different glove designs for a while," White revealed. "It's something we take seriously. Nobody wants to see another fight end this way, so yeah, we're looking at making some changes." As the heavyweight division faces yet another setback, White said the focus now is on recovery and resolution. "We'll get this fight back on the books," he promised. The fans deserve to see it, and both of those guys deserve a fair outcome.
By the way, we want to see a main event end. Give us your reaction to the eye poke.
I mean, I feel the way everybody feels. Great showing, ending, you know?
Seems obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Total pain in the ass, but yes.
Former two-division UFC champion and current analyst Daniel Cormier was left stunned by the controversial ending to the heavyweight title fight between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane at UFC 321, which ended abruptly after a brutal accidental double eye poke. As the fight was stopped late in the first round and declared a no contest, Cormier, who was cage-side working commentary for the event, could be seen reacting with disbelief. Moments later, he addressed the incident live on air, calling it one of the worst eye pokes I've ever seen in a title fight. "Oh my goodness, that was bad," Cormier said, as replays showed Gane's extended fingers catching Aspinall directly in both eyes. You could see right away that Tom was in serious pain. The reaction said it all. There was no way he could continue after that. After the broadcast, Cormier shared his thoughts on social media, posting, "Unfortunate ending. I hate to see that. Eye pokes are one of the worst things in this sport. Tom's tough as nails. Hope he's okay." The UFC Hall of Famer also used the moment to highlight a long-standing issue in MMA: the need for improved glove designs to prevent eye pokes. "We've been talking about glove design for years," Cormier said. "It's time we really look at that. These accidents can change fights and even careers." Cormier's reaction echoed the frustration felt across the MMA community. Fans and fighters alike voiced disappointment at seeing another main event and a heavyweight title bout end in controversy. Many agreed with Cormier's assessment that the incident was a reminder of how unpredictable and cruel this sport can be. As discussions continue about a potential rematch once Aspinall recovers, Daniel Cormier summed up the sentiment perfectly. Nobody's to blame. It's just bad luck. But this fight has to happen again. We need to see how it really plays out. Tom Aspinall was left visibly frustrated after his heavyweight title fight with Ciryl Gane ended in a no contest due to a devastating accidental eye poke in the first round of their UFC 321 main event. Aspinall, who had been defending his title for the first time, was furious with the outcome. He pleaded his case in the Octagon, clearly upset as the Abu Dhabi crowd reacted in confusion. "This is bullshit," he shouted, still blinking in pain. "I just got poked knuckle-deep in the eyeball." The frustration was evident as Aspinall paced around the cage, shaking his head in disbelief. The British star was later taken to a nearby hospital for precautionary checks, but early reports indicated no lasting damage. Despite that, Aspinall's emotions were raw when he spoke backstage. "It's just heartbreaking," he said. "You work so hard for months, put everything into a fight camp, and then it ends like that. I wanted to put on a show. I wanted to prove myself again. And it gets taken away like this."
This is bullshit. The fight was just getting going. Complete bullshit. I'm pissed off.
Tom, what can you see now? Is it double? Like, what are you seeing when you try to open your eye?
I can hardly open my eye. Look. Look at this. Look at this. Double poke, both eyeballs.
Yeah, it was double. It was double.
Thanks for watching Octagon HQ, your home for the latest UFC news, reactions, and fight breakdowns. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more MMA updates every week.